hello, someone told me that you are a teacher of Tantra, you practice Tantra. So I was interested in this and I met you and I was like, Tente, I want to know a little bit more, and why not do an interview and know a little bit more about Tantra and give it to the world. And you told me as well that in Tantra there is an evolution that is happening. It's not the typical thing that gets stagnated, and you're kind of trying to move away from that path. So just talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I consider myself more like a facilitator, I would say at first, or maybe a little bit of mentor as well, coach. I don't know, for some reason teacher feels like different, but there is indeed like you have a traditional Tantra, and I'm mainly coming from neo-Tantra, which is actually more like an evolution of, right? Sort of like it's more something that has been pushed by Osho mainly for the new modern society in Europe.
For those that don't know, like, what is Osho? Can you explain just very quickly what it is?
Osho is he was like a guru. He's actually very famous. There's like tons of books of Osho. I myself am not really into Osho, to be honest.
Okay.
He has even a documentary on Netflix where you can see a little bit of the shady side of Osho as well. So it is a bit of a it's an interesting story.
It's like a messiah / pervert, something like this.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I know people that like disciples from Osho. I know them personally, and all good. Like their teachings are really interesting, but it's true that I don't really like to follow anybody, to be honest. That's also my rebel side. As you see, I'm not really dressed as Tantra at all. Like I don't look tantric. If you look at me, I really don't dress. I just do my thing. That's
you look like someone that's doing surf, or that just come from Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, whatever. But I definitely don't look tantric. Like
all right.
Never. I'm not. It's just. But I live it somehow. So I think that's also the main difference.
But I think sorry to cut you off. I think that's one of the first thing you have to look when you see someone that knows their thing. Is like they are not trying to push it. That's one of the first things that you kind of see in people. If it's natural and they kind of merge it with their own life, that's kind of, for me, like a real teacher. Someone that doesn't try to push the fact that he's a teacher.
Yeah. That's definitely the thing I actually shared even to my customers or clients, wherever it is, or participants that are coming to workshops or whatever. I always say it's all about embodiment. Because you hear so many copy-paste. Like they just read a book or they go to a workshop and then and I'm not saying this is wrong, not at all. Actually, this is good. This is part of the way to spread the teachings or whatever. It's part of it, but that's not me. Like that's not how I live it, at least.
Tell me if maybe I'm wrong, but the definition I used to have till now about embodiment is like be the thing. Just that. But I think it's about, we talked about this before, and kind of being authentic and actually being what you think that you should be. It kind of gets a bit weird when we start to talk about the being and just be.
What is being?
Being is just.
Yeah. Again, for me, what is being? Like, you get the confirmation when you really feel what you are, and it's a feeling. It's not just a thought. Like, I'm just going to extend my identity, my ego identity, for example, that I use, alter ego, whatever you want to call it, in society. So I'm going to dress up as a tantric. I'm going to talk as a tantric. I'm going to behave as a tantric.
Yeah.
But the question is, do you feel as a tantric?
Yeah.
Do you feel it? Or are you just behaving? And that's a big difference. Like, that's major
just
difference.
Mental or like the heart, right?
Feeling, embodiment. Like, do you embody that? Yeah. That's why I don't really need the dresses to feel whatever I'm teaching. I just don't need it because I feel it.
You don't put some feathers sometimes.
Yeah, I don't need full signs of love and red hearts and all those beautiful things and glitters everywhere to be love.
Yeah.
I am just love. Like, I can be naked, I can be dressed. I'm love. Doesn't matter. So that's what I see as embodiment.
Interesting. So I have a question for you. Tantra, what it is?
Yeah, that's a question everybody asks. Everybody first want to ask, okay, what is Tantra, to really get an idea of, okay, what it is, I understand it.
Because most people think it's like kind of this kinky stuff, you know, that you are doing.
Sex,
and,
Kama Sutra.
Yeah,
and all
Kama
that.
Sutra, all these
Yeah,
things. But you explain me that it's a little bit more deeper than that. So
yeah, it's definitely deeper. First, I would say like a unique definition of Tantra, for me, it doesn't really exist because it's all based on what Tantra is for oneself. And that's the beauty of it, is that everyone can come up with his own definition. Because for me, Tantra, my definition, only mine, is Tantra includes everything. Everything can be Tantra. And you actually even see it in this neo-tantric commercial side of extensions in festivals and retreats and workshops that you might be given, that everything can be just Tantra. And that's for me my definition. Tantra for me is everything is included. And everything is included means you have sexuality, you can meditate, you can do breath work, everything, dancing, movement, culture, food, everything is Tantra. The way how you behave, the way how you connect with someone is Tantra. That's my definition. But again, you're going to ask to someone else and they're going to give a completely different definition. So there is where actually it's difficult, but at the same time, it's a great invitation, because people will say, yeah, okay, but I don't have my answer of my question. So what is it? I still don't really have a definition, because your definition doesn't provide me an answer. Then I say, practice it, live it, and you will find out. Embody it.
okay, so
when you feel it, you will understand it.
And instead of doing like the Descartes thing that says first you think and then you do.
Yeah. Oh, and in this case it would be first you do and then you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be, yeah.
Right.
Could be.
Which
Yeah.
I totally agree. I think by doing, then the thought gets created.
The definition.
Yeah.
In this case, it would be a definition, right? So
Yeah.
first you do, you experience, and then you find your own definition. What's the value that Tantra is bringing to you? And for me, my value, in my experience, was, because I've been practicing a lot of stuff, like since 20 years, like all different things, meditation, mindfulness, Kundalini, whatever, this and that. And it's at the end where I really embraced Tantra as a, okay, this is my practice. And the only reason was because it was comfortable to me. Because I can include everything into it. That was the main reason why I said, okay, Tantra. Because at the end, it's not really that important. But for my identity and for my comfort to, know and refer to something, I say, okay, I practice Tantra.
What's one thing that men usually get wrong about Tantra, actually? Like the one thing.
It's not a hookup place.
Okay.
That's definitely not. I mean,
So it's not the orgies and all this. Okay.
there is.
Okay.
I'm not saying there is not. But it's not everything. But I think what they get wrong, and not as a mistake, we all, I guess at some point have done it, man or woman, is that it becomes this hookup place. It's a place where I'm going to hook up. You're already missing the entire point by just going with this idea in your head and say, okay, I'm going to come here and hook up with
Just
someone.
for
so I'm gonna
sexual
hunt.
pleasure.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're just coming with an objective.
Yeah.
You're already out of Tantra
Yeah.
because you have your objective in mind.
Yeah.
And that's not it. It's about exploration.
Yeah.
Come in, be open and explore.
Yeah.
And then you get the lessons. But if you have an objective, you're going to be obsessed with that objective.
Yeah.
And you're going to condition yourself and behave and navigate it, often based on that.
But I think that's one of the main problems that men have, that objectification of sex. And
big one.
with porn and with all the mainstream media that we have, like women are actually just objects. They seem to be just objects, and
Yeah.
my clients say, well, I want to provide, I want her to, be there, be for me, but in a way when they talk, they are describing kind of like a cleaning lady. You see what I
Okay.
mean? But not
Yeah.
a partner.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in a way, it makes me make the connection with that is like you go because you just want sex to the roller coaster thing, like if it was an amusement park, you know. But actually, it's more deep than that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would go that into this idea of like a cleaning lady and so. I do, but I
It's a bit exaggerated, but
yeah, but it's good to go to extremes because then it's easier to understand.
Yeah.
I do believe that there is some objectification, like there's definitely 100%, and the way how that is being done. So, because I have this objective, then it makes the experience as you're just coming for what you come, and it's true. However, at least when I've been coaching most of the men, they have this program inside of them, and we can even dive from where it goes, but then we're going to go like a whole different direction maybe in the conversation. And because they have this program, the perception and the experience of the scenario with this girl, for example, in this case, would really feel like, okay, you just come, take what you want, and then you're gone as soon as you're done, right? And then it's like you're just using me as an object.
Yeah.
But their intention is not that. So it all happens unconsciously.
What do you mean the intention is not that?
That's not. Even if they have this objective, it's not really their intention to use someone this way.
Yeah, their true intention is not that, but they are thinking because they were programmed, and they. I have to think that because otherwise, well, I'm not a man, in a way, because that's what men should be doing.
If I don't achieve that.
Yeah, if I don't achieve that.
Yeah, it's this medal, right? I've made it. I got her.
Little checkpoint.
Check. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, definitely that's one. But there's not like always bad intentions, and I think that's also something to clarify. I mean, at least for me, to clarify. It's not really like they're bad intentions behind, and they're just bad because if not, we're going to think that all men are just badasses and they're all bad, and it's also not the case.
No.
Because then they will never really change.
Yeah.
Because we're constantly judging them and pointing at them, and then
you're
a problem, right?
Yeah,
that's not going to help.
That's another topic with feminism, which is like super interesting. But we can talk about that in another podcast.
That's even another
chapter.
Yeah.
But for sure, that's such a multidimensional topic. There has been a big change lately with how men should act, and for the good, for the good. But many men are still lost in movies made in the 1970s, with Rambo and shit,
Let's go kill it. Yeah. But there's definitely a big chunk of the population that is waking up. Like, now, I mean, it's also probably apart from where I move myself. But even meeting you, which was not in Tantra, we didn't meet in Tantra. No. I still consider you a conscious man.
It's right in the middle of the capital of Europe, in front of the train station.
Amazing.
And this is a space that is all about rediscovering the commons. So the commons is basically the way we used to organize ourselves before capitalism.
Like a community.
Like a community. And it's based on the work of Elinor Ostrom, who is the first woman who got the Nobel Prize of Economics in 2009 for work on the commons, on basically showing that there is a better way to manage common resources in a more sustainable and regenerative way than privatization, as we've been told for the past 100 years, or management by the bureaucracy of the state, of the government. Turns out that the best way to manage a common resource is to have that resource managed by the community of people that depends on it, which actually makes sense. Because if you depend on it, you're gonna care for it in a way that is very different than if you are just a shareholder.
It's like you are part of it, so it's like you have a share into it, and then you feel like you have some ownership, and that helps you out to take care.
Exactly.
And by the way, I just entered today. I mean, I didn't know this place, and just like by entering and feel super welcome by everybody. Like someone offered me a beer, and I say no, and then when I say no, I didn't have like, oh, you don't drink beer. No, they were like super open. It really promotes your work, and you feel like you can work with people that is, motivated and also like very nice.
Exactly. It's a human space. It's a space that is managed by the people who care. is not a business plan. It's not like, you know, an office. It's not, you know, it's something different. It's managed by the community for the community. So the vibe is going to be very different.
Yeah, it's very important, the vibe. Well, thank you, Xavier, for explaining us, and thank you for sharing this space.
If you are ever passing by Brussels, in front of Central Station, we do every Friday a community potluck. So we share bread, and so that's a great opportunity to get to know the space. And then, yeah, if you're looking for a space to organize events, a meetup for your community,
so
or just a co-working space, feel very welcome to join the CommonsHub.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back in the days, I mean, at least where I was from, like conscious, nobody.
Yeah. In Canarias?
Canarias? Nobody. Like nobody,
there
including
must
me.
be someone in Canarias that is conscious.
Today,
yeah.
Today, yeah. But back in the days, there were just a few conscious men back then. And they were leading this first, I don't know, wave of awakening or whatever in terms of masculinity, let's say. But now there are more, and I'm pretty positive about the future, to be honest. Extremely positive on consciousness. And even in women as well. Yeah, and Tantra is spreading out so much, and neo-Tantra, they're actually not really using the word Tantra.
Yeah.
But when I speak about Tantra, I see like all the workshops and the facilitators and this and that, it's just expanding, and even big mainstream things that they're doing that you see about, it's more like a show. They make their workshop look like a show, and then they have their hats, and then they're all music, and then they, like a sort of a Tony Robbins things, you know, like very show made.
But where are those shows?
I don't know. I don't even know the names. But you
Okay.
just see them, and for example, when you look at breath work, it started very small.
Yeah.
And now it's like mainstream.
Yeah.
Like breath work, it's fucking mainstream.
Yeah.
And it starts so small.
It's like I saw this comedian from Mexico, and he's saying like, you know, these Americans always like to call things like super hype names. Like, for example, me, I just walk in the mountain, and now they call it hiking. You know, just like there is another example, but that was funny to me. Just like, yeah, true.
Yeah, there is one that I also saw, and the thing is, they straight away take the label and they copyright it, and then they like take sort of ownership on it, which I don't think it's negative. I don't know what negative can be there, but at least they bring it mainstream, which is good. But there was one. And they made it such a movie, like a trailer of a movie or more, and it was basically emotional release. So basically people screaming, and they say like, this is the new thing, this is the new this is not new.
Yeah.
I mean, they have been on for a long time. I mean, pretty much I would say Osho was the one bringing this in, at least. I don't know further than that, but that was already back then existing. And that's actually why they distorted a little bit the situation in this documentary. But now they make a mainstream out of it, and I think it's good. And that's where I see like, this is becoming massive, slowly really big. Because now I see emotional release, there is breath work, movement culture. Yeah. In movement culture there's a lot of things. Connection, authentic relating, intimacy is coming back, very
it's
big
just
and
like
strong.
Coming back to our senses again. In history, we have this way of seeing things where men were always like out of emotions, that they didn't have emotions. Language was very important. So already the logic was so much important, way more important than the emotion. So they were writing history with
the mind.
With the mind. The alpha male, right, of the tribe, he was super emotional, I think. He was very connected, actually, conscious with the group, and that's why people follow him, because he was the most connected. But I mean, that's what I feel that things are, and we're coming back to that.
I guess maybe it's also, I don't know much about history in that sense, but it's also going back to your roots somehow, as being more connected to one nature, but to your body. And the mind, at least the evolution of mind, because I think it was necessary to evolve the mind in some way, because it's still necessary. If you don't work on your mind, you're gonna have a very big trouble in navigating Tantra. Like if you cannot keep yourself centered, you're gonna have a really hard time. And I've seen them. So you need common sense. You need to be able to be rational.
Of course, yeah.
Because if not, you're gonna
it's a mix of two.
Yeah, and it can be pretty dangerous, I would say. So I think that was necessary. But then it's time as well to not go into the extreme and let's slowly come back. I mean, if I look back in the previous generation, which was my grandmother and grandpa, yeah, I would say definitely that grandpa was pretty disconnected.
Yeah.
But
because they had things that were so inhumane, like war, like dictatorship. I mean, things that were so no natural at all.
And hardworking as well. Like they didn't have the time and space for, I mean, the allowance to do what we do, which is just, let's see, how do I feel today? Oh yeah, chill. I feel like this. I have some emotion. Let's go into sharing. Let's just share. Like my grandpa would say, like, what the fuck?
It's
work.
time.
It's time to work.
Not time for these things.
We have to go on the field.
So let's talk about ejaculation.
Oh, that's a big
This
one.
is the important topic. So,
it.
what does Tantra says, or the neo-Tantra says, and what's the real deal behind semen retention?
Yeah, I think I see it as your energy. And that's how I see it. It's really your energy. I mean, it's already another one becoming like big mainstream semen retention. It's becoming really mainstream right now.
Yeah.
Big mainstream, I would say.
No, I was listening to something that people that retain too much, like for example 2 months, they start to not having erections, and that becomes a problem after. It's like the body says like, well, you're not using me, so I will just like die.
Yeah.
So maybe it's good, but till a certain
extent, definitely.
Right?
I think there is definitely a way to overdo it. So I would say first thing is don't do it for your ego. That's the first thing I would say. And if you do it, you will learn things. For sure you will learn things because you will practice, but you will miss the point. Which is why do you really want to do semen retention? And the reason why I wanted to do it is just because I wanted to last longer in order to have more depth in connection.
Do you feel like you're more lucid as well when you do semen retention, that things like colors are more brighter, you can smell things more intensely?
I don't know, maybe. I haven't really realized that. What I mainly realize is the benefit for me is at least more energy, more capable of using that energy into project or things I want to do. I'm also it's maybe not exactly like this, but I would say you're sort of like happier because when you ejaculate, you have like this petite mort. That's how they call it, right?
All right.
The small death. And you experience that. You can really, really experience that. And then you realize, okay, this is like this is my PMS or whatever this is as a man or something like this. Like, I guess so, something like this. So one of the main reasons why I do it, one of the main reasons, especially when I'm in a relationship, is because you become more sensitive.
Okay.
So you're more sensitized. I don't know if we say it like this way in English, but you can feel way more. And I think that's for most of the men, because I've had to experience myself, but you can also sort of see it with men when we're constantly ejaculating, you just become more numb because you don't have this energy.
Jesus, sorry.
Like people don't want us to talk about sex. I'm telling you, this is that's what they want. They don't want to talk about semen. It's gonna create something bad.
Is Tantra just better for sex, or is there something deeper you wish more men knew about?
So Tantra is definitely not just about sex. That's definitely not. And actually that's just, the point of the iceberg, I would say. It's just an add-on. It's like a bonus.
Okay.
You can see it as a bonus. It's a bonus. That's true. But the main thing I would say, and it's not only into Tantra, so that you can experience this without even going to any tantric retreat, but it's true that Tantra is where you learn it the most. It's the connection. So I feel like if you really want to improve your sexuality, connection is key. And connection starts with oneself. If you're really truly connected with yourself, you will be able to really deeply connect with someone. And that's where the magic is. And of course, it's also more challenging at the end, right?
Yeah. That's kind of like what I am trying to do with my clients. It's to get to that point where they truly understand themselves. But for the first encounter, how they can actually have this deep connection, but it's not really about touching or whatever, but it's more like they are like totally present and without mask. And so therefore the person that is in front, that perhaps might have a mask, will just drop it at one moment, because they will realize internally and from a very archaic part of themselves, okay, now I'm having a conversation that is real, that is like human to human, like soul to soul, and so I don't need to actually put all these defensive mechanisms to talk to this person, and they open up. And when this starts, which sometimes takes like a lot of time in a relationship to happen, and sometimes it never happens, we can actually access it in instantly. Almost instantly, if you actually work on yourself. And I think Tantra is also a way to do that, to help guys to get in touch, and at the same, it's always a win-win to connect with yourself, to connect with others. It's
definitely. I see it as like, so of course in tantric practices you're going to learn a lot about presence, like how to build presence and how to embody presence. Hence, we're going back to that. And presence is I wanted to say magic, but I'm not sure if that's really the right word, because presence, you could say, well, that's actually being in the present moment. Shouldn't be that magical in the sense of that's how we should live. Like, it shouldn't be something like we're not accessible just only to the magicians. So maybe it's not the right word, but anyway, from our point of view, where we tend to be more in the mind, when we feel presence, it does become magic for us, right? And I think as men, I would say it's our duty to build up presence and to be able to be present and centered in order to welcome the feminine, in this case, the feminine energy or whatever.
And which is crazy, because it's the default. We have been brought up being present, and then at one certain moment in our lives that we start not being present anymore.
It's
crazy. We lose it. It's like you're almost like a child if you're present. Most people, like, when they see you being present or kind of being out of the norm, think that's childish. That's not good.
Childish.
It's kind of.
How do you see it as child? How could the behavior, like, because you're more like just doing whatever you feel?
Because I think discovery and like also naiveness are very important parts of presence.
Because like the innocence.
Innocence. And it's like we portray innocence as being something bad, which is not. If we.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful to get that innocence back. Definitely. And just an amazing thing to build is this. It's really presence, because you can also, just by building your own presence, you're already helping others. So it's not only you that benefits from your presence, it's other people as well. Even myself, like, if you suddenly have like a really great presence and I'm suddenly into a roller coaster for whatever reasons, and then you bring in this presence with me within this podcast, you're gonna bring me back.
Absorbed.
You bring me back, and I'm like, oh, cool. Thank you, brother. Like, for bringing me back. So it's not just a quality of one and the unique. It's a quality of everyone that can just build it, and it's helping others. And in terms of relationship or dating or whatever, or sexuality, like, being able to bring someone into their body is the way how you're going to build connection. So it doesn't matter, like, for example, my partner, it doesn't matter how bad your day was, doesn't matter how stressed you are, how much you're in your head or in your mind. I have so much confidence in my presence, not in my capacities and skills or performance skills or whatever, but in my presence, that I know I will bring you back.
So you work with men, right? So what
women
are
as well?
Women as well.
Women, couples.
Well, you are the relationship.
A relationship coach, intimacy coach. Breakup coach as well.
What are some patterns, like that you have noticed in their relationship to their body and sexuality?
Oh, into their body and sexuality.
Yeah.
Well, I would still say it. I thought at first about you would just make a general question, and I wanted to say communication.
Yeah.
But still, in their body and sexuality, communication. It's still a thing. Like within sexuality, if you don't know how to communicate properly, it means you don't know yourself neither.
But how do you teach that? I mean, how do you teach communication to someone without spending time meditating and kind of coming back to your body? Because just like rationally, when you have a conversation with someone in the bar, for example, you cannot just say, man, you have to relax, you have to be present. It doesn't mean anything for them.
Yeah.
And it frustrates me that they cannot see it. And
yeah, well, that's already one part of communication. You're getting frustrated because they are not how you would love them to be.
Yeah, and then of course, sure, I'm not perfect.
And that's a challenge of communication. It's communication is not just about words. At least not the type of communication I do, which is authentically communicating. Yeah. And not because there is like a lot of people who teach communication skills in leadership skills and whatever. Like in corporate, you have a lot and really good communicators. Yeah. I mean, if you look in politics.
Yeah, the handshake thing, you know,
they know a lot of communication, but it's just not authentic. It's just a bunch of BS and just pretending to be.
It's like a circus. It's
yeah, but they're really good.
Yeah, and it's entertaining.
Their voice and like they're really good in that sense of communication, but not in the authentic way of communicating, which is who am I? This is who I am, and that's from this point. This point is where I'm communicating with you. So of course, if you're gonna be intimate with someone, you want the authentic one. You don't want this pretension of layer of mask and whatever, because you're not gonna connect, because you're not connecting on a soul level. So, as a base, the more vulnerable, and I'm not saying that you always have to do it, but just as a general idea, the more vulnerable you show yourself, the deeper the connection can be. So the first thing, as you said, if you talk to someone in a bar, being vulnerable is not easy. So how do you can access authentic communication if you're not even able to access your own vulnerabilities? Yeah. And then with who are you going to communicate about it? Because it's still a thing. Being vulnerable is one thing. Being able to express them is another thing. And with who you're going to do it. You cannot just do it with everyone. Yeah. It's not going to work. So it is communication a big thing.
So that's the pattern you.
Yeah, it's definitely the place where I spend most of the time.
So if guys dealing with sexual anxiety or feeling disconnected, where should he actually start?
Some people would say, some semen retention coaches and sexuality coaches and intimacy coaches might say increase your performance skills, and then that's where you're going to base your confidence on. I don't.
Yeah, it's kind of the other way around.
I would go dive into yourself and build real confidence. Not this confidence that as soon as you lose that skill, you're nothing anymore. So I would say if you feel anxiety, dive deep in your body, explore what it is, understand it. If there's something to heal it, enter into a healing process. I know it sounds like very abstract and thing. No. It's of course, but that's the thing. It's like people just want this one thing. They want it easy. That's not how it works. Like you really want to become the authentic tantric. Yeah. It's going to be a hard journey.
Yeah. Start navigating. And then start navigating. Be a sailor.
And cry. Yeah. And cry again, and show yourself vulnerable, and
lose yourself.
Lose yourself, get crazy as well at the same time, and go ask for help, go ask for support to a brother, go and ask support to your girl, to your family, to wherever. Like be vulnerable. Yeah. All this.
So what's one thing that you would say like they could be vulnerable about, because
they could be what?
What is the vulnerable. One thing that they can start being vulnerable about? Like, one thing that they can acknowledge that is easy, like one first baby step, for example?
The baby step I always invite is, how do I feel? It's a simple question. And you would be surprised like how difficult it is for people.
Good, good.
Yeah, exactly. That's the response. I'm feeling good. I don't feel nothing. Yeah, that's the point. That's exactly the point. You cannot describe what you feel. And it's a challenge because it takes time. But if you're able to respond to that at every single moment, every single time this question comes to you or somebody asks you and you say, I feel this, not I think this, I feel this, and you're able to describe authentically, you're already a step ahead of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Then you're already pretty much connected to your body, I would say.
And you can regrow that part that has been mutilated and, you know.
Yeah, then there's a lot of stuff that's gonna come up, of course. I'm just saying, you asked me for the first step.
Yeah, that's
not what's gonna come after. And then it's boom.
Boom.
Emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, but it has to go at one moment, huh?
Yeah, it's not being afraid to be vulnerable. And stepping away from this distorted alpha male idea, like that being man is not showing emotions, or being man is crying on a certain way as well, right? Like I cry, but I cry like a real brother.
Or talking like Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah, whatever.
You know.
It's just this is not being. That's at least for me, in my view. I have an opinion on it. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not a being real man. Real man is not being that. It's being courageous to affront your biggest fear, which is what often vulnerability.
I agree. I totally agree with you.
And being.
Il se prend la tête là.
Oh, that's in the restaurant.
Already?
Yeah. Just that's a toxic alpha male.
Toxic alpha male, guys.
We don't know. Maybe he's just having an emotional breakdown. He's going into a practice of emotional release.
Yeah.
And shouting at his dad when he was a.
But in a way, we can see this beautiful singing of aggressiveness in the background.
Yeah. Especially when we hear clash.
Yeah. So can Tantra help guys be more attractive or magnetic?
Oh yeah.
Not just sexually, but like how he walks into a room. For example.
Charismatic.
And like just the presence, maybe.
Yeah.
The aura, as we call.
Definitely, yeah, 100%. Like again, presence. Yeah, definitely. But it's the way how I know guys who have been in Tantra for years. I talk 5-10 years, and they still don't have it because they haven't not embodied it. They know the theory, they know the practices, they know the exercises, but they're still in this egocentric mind. I'm just building an ego.
Yeah.
Because in order to be embodied, you have to go through all the vulnerability. You have to pierce through it, and I'm not going to say everything what you're going to experience, but it's not going to be easy. So let's say you go through that journey, then you start really building presence, and then definitely as soon as you enter a room, you see things change. Like you get more attraction, or you become more attractive to everybody, more interested to everybody. As soon as you talk, you speak, people listen more to you, because you're more, like you have this calming energy. You're not like the one that was shouting, right?
Yeah, no.
Then you listen.
Yeah, it's like you don't have anything to hide from. You're just there, and it's very rare.
Yeah.
For someone to be like that, and it feels very safe, weird at the same time for people. But then they just spend a little bit time with you, and they say, okay, it's okay, I'm safe, and they like it, and you listen because you're present, and you can talk as well with genuinity and.
Yeah, it can push back a little bit some people because they feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then I think over time, like if you give a little bit of space.
It's that mix of, as you said, with logical, that thing about being aware of what you say, like because in dating, what I try to teach, as you say, like this presence, but at the same time you cannot just be like.
Like super focused, but that's focused then, right?
Like focused. Super like. Yeah.
Yeah, be present.
It's more like you need social skills as well.
Yeah, I would say it's like you're present, but you're also grounded, right? Being present is not just being aware.
Yeah, because you have these people that are like super spiritual. Things like this.
Yeah, but that's like mega aware, right? They're like, I see you.
See you.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're grounded. I think, and that's presence. Like that's the difference. It's presence. You're here and now. You're not here above, floating somewhere.
Yeah. Jesus, I had this friend that was like super into ayahuasca, you know. So he got like the pupils all the time super dilated.
Yeah.
And when we went out, he was all the time rolling in the floor, like doing things that are out of the norm, just to show people, like
that he's different.
Maybe it was that, I think. Yeah. And so in a way it was a bit, man, I mean, you need to do this. Like, can we just be a bit like normal? Normal, you know.
Normal.
Even though I understand what you mean and all.
Just be like everyone. So I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Because you make me feel very uncomfortable with
because when you're starting rolling in the street, well, you cannot socialize with anybody because people think like, okay, what is this crazy dude doing, right?
Yeah.
So
I think there's like this thing about being authentic. So within that scenario is like being authentic, being a pleaser, where your ego might be identifying as, okay, I want to be different just because I want to challenge, so I'm sort of a rebel as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so it's like, okay, where do you put yourself, right? While at the same time you're still having common sense and understanding that you're still living in a world. Mm-hmm. And that's where people also often drift apart, is where you say, okay, I am this different human, whatever, not anymore the same as I was before. So I can be completely 100% authentic, and probably, yes, you are authentic, but you forget that you're still playing a role in the society. And that's still important. So ego is not your enemy. Ego is your identity within a society. Don't kill it. Don't try to kill it. You're going to lose anyway, unless you go into a cave.
And it comes like stronger, actually. If you try to kill it, then it comes like, wow.
The wave is going to be
when
bigger.
You come back to your family, it's just like,
so...
You thought, I lost my ego.
You lost it for the time you were in the cave. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
But do it here in society. And you just be a friend with your ego. It's just completely stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I was stupid. That's why I'm saying it. That's
why
I know. I did it as well. I mean, I think everybody at some point says, I'm going to live without ego because it's a bad thing. Like, it's stupid.
And there is a stages, right, in the spiritual ladder where we learn things and then we have to drop other things, and it's a constant evolution.
Yeah,
never
and
ends.
Ego matures as well. It needs its time to mature and to evolve and to allow your authentic being also to be, and not taking too much space and not trying to and being in conflict with it somehow.
Yeah.
So
So we have 3 last questions for you.
Yes.
Tente.
Yeah, that's my name.
Is that how in Spanish, like we pronounce it? Tente?
Yeah, Tente.
Where it comes from?
It comes from Vicente.
Ah.
You didn't know?
Oh, no. So your real name is Vicente.
Yeah.
And Tente is just your
my real name, ID name is Vincent.
Vincent.
But because I grew up in Canarias, Vicente. And then from Vicente you make Tente.
Okay.
Which is shorter.
But you prefer Tente, right?
Yeah, I usually,
You identify by Tente.
I identify by all of them. I'm even Enzo, because I'm a half Italian. Yeah. So I'm also Enzo.
Enzo.
So my 2 favorite names out of
That's
the
a nice name.
7, 8 or 10 I have is Enzo and Tente.
Enzo Ferrari.
Enzo from Vicenzo.
Vicenzo. So what's one daily or weekly tantric practice you would recommend to the average dude with a 9-to-5 job, for example?
With a 9-to-5 job, I would say meditate. There is no doubt on that one. Like meditate. If you really haven't done a lot of meditation practice, meditate. If you have done a lot of meditation practice, so you have already a pretty high level of consciousness, I would say, because you're alone, right? So you're alone. You have a partner, or you're alone?
But I guess most of these people are socially excluded a bit, so I don't.
Yeah, I would say I would do maybe 2 things. One is asking myself, how do I feel? As I already said before. But in order to push it a little bit, I would start practicing and caressing myself. Sounds very weird.
Caressing yourself.
Yeah. Like sensitizing your body and making, okay, how does this feel? And maybe moving with eyes closed as well. Like you start moving and feeling the movement even within the air.
Yeah. That feels super good actually, like when you caress yourself. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
It's also proprioceptive, like it's a way of training as well. In fitness industry, you use it a lot.
Yeah.
But then you close your eyes and you just move and allow your body to move. That's going to make you so much more sensitive. And this is just as a practice. I mean, I do it every day in the fitness anyway. When I go to the fitness, I haven't gone for a while.
Oh, here's the caressing guy again. Oh my God.
No, I'm not saying I'm caressing myself. I'm moving into the fitness with consciousness.
Oh yeah, you're just like a little kitty, like where?
Rar,
guys.
Cat and Co.
Which I think is amazing. That animal side where you touch textures and we forget that we do that. Yeah. I mean, animals do that, so we should do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we did it as a kid.
Yeah, all the time, just like fixing the thing. Wow, this, but
feeling texture of stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, we lost a lot about that as well.
The computer,
yeah, that's another huge.
To avoid to be numb.
Podcast. Yeah,
I think that's the main thing. Yeah.
So if there is one, thank you for the advice, by the way. If there is one thing every man should stop doing in the bedroom today, what it is? What is it?
There's several things. I have to only say one?
You can do two.
Okay. I would say one, don't have sex or don't go into sexuality because you want to ejaculate.
That's potent.
Yeah. And the best example for this is when you dance a song. You're not waiting for the song to end. Dance because you want to dance.
Yeah.
So be in that middle moment where the song is just a continuous thing.
Yeah.
That's one. I lost the other one. I wanted to actually say. I felt like already so good.
Well, if we come back to that analogies, I think it's amazing because it's kind of you are a DJ and you put in a song and then right away you change the song and it's like doesn't has to do at all with the previous song. It just like cuts the whole energy.
And
you feel it. Like when you have a bad DJ, it's like, oh, what the But then when you have good DJs, like you can merge to the other one, and then it never ends. And you continue the party, and then you dance, and cool.
Yeah, I would do that definitely. And there was another one what I wanted. I would say, the other one was actually better than the one I'm gonna just give now. I don't know, for some reason I lost it. Take it slow.
Take it slow.
Take it fucking slow. And just take it fucking slow. Don't rush through it, because being slow is going to give you the window opportunity to learn. It's not just about, I always have to do it slow. That's usually people like, I always have to do it slow. It always has to be like this romantic. No, you can go hardcore at some point.
Yeah.
Of course you can. I mean, it's just a dance. And sometimes the dance goes into peaks, right? And then it goes into lows, and then it goes to highs, and then it goes into lows. I mean, depends which song, I guess. But for men, taking it slow is just giving yourself this time and space to learn and understand and connect to your body. And stepping away from what you feel in the genitals. So not being too connected on that. And from time to time you can go fast, of course. You can increase tempo, whatever, being more dirty, being more hardcore, whatever you want. But then go back into slow. And then give a peak, and then slow, and peak, and slow. And communicate with your partner, of course.
Yeah.
Because she might not say, what the fuck is going on with
this?
It's
like so slow. Oh my god.
Yeah, because
like I'm sleeping.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, there's so many things that you have to address in the bedroom from day one, basically, if you want to change, which is also communication and inviting your partner, like you have to be part of it.
Because she must be as well very used to the very fast type of thing. So kind of you have to say it before. Listen, let's try to go slow. Just to feel each other, or perhaps if you do it with the we dance perhaps then and then you set up the timing, and then when you go to bed it's the same timing. The tempo is slow as well. But then if you imagine you have like a at dinner, and then out of the blue, like you kiss her, and then just like, let's go. But most of the time, I think it goes like that because you're in a hurry, and like it has to be like fast.
Yeah, but then as well, you have the desire as well. Don't forget that one. It's also a key one.
Yeah.
How much desire comes, like, is like the big wave that suddenly you have been feeling, because she might be feeling it as well.
Yeah.
And suddenly she's okay, let's just go and you know, do it.
Yeah.
But then it's also your capacity to say, hey, no. Being able to say no. And you can say it in a very sensual way as well, like it doesn't have to be awkward.
Building tension.
Yeah, playing with tension, building tension, saying no and say no.
Yeah, vibing.
Yeah. But it's good to have a communication period so that she knows what's going on,
Of
because
course,
if she's used to one thing and then suddenly you have changed and like, oh, what is going on with this guy?
And that's, I think that's why it's so difficult to do these things with one night stands, for example. I think first they drunk, they drink. Yeah, I mean, you need certain type of communication that has been already established, or perhaps the person already did Tantra, you know, so they know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a naughty boy, so I know ways to still impose my rhythm.
Okay.
So you can then play with dominating, right?
Okay.
So of course, with consent, you're not gonna. I'm always within an idea of consent. So then you can play and you can impose your rhythm.
Yeah.
And even though she wants to go faster.
Yeah. By the way, consent is super, super important.
Yeah.
Like, men have problem with that, and they don't understand consent. I don't know why they don't look at it. It's like they don't.
And we're not taught tonight. Nobody
teaches that. It's
no.
just. I think my girlfriend told me this. Like, if the men would know how it's like to receive a penis in one of their holes, they would be more careful. She says that. Yeah. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I guess,
because if you don't know how it feels, well, you don't know.
You don't know. I mean, unless you have the back door, of course, then you can feel it, I guess. But yeah, it is more vulnerable. At least I experience as well. It's more vulnerable as a woman to receive, because something is going into your body.
Yeah.
So it's not that the other way is not vulnerable, but it's still way more vulnerable for a woman. Yeah. Because you're really opening a door, and then man can just push in, and it's like, okay.
Totally. And you explained me there is a whole mechanism, right, where when you go slow, things open up. But this is the things that you teach, and it's like super advanced. It's beautiful, and you should check out that case. It's amazing, like how Tente talks about these things.
Yeah, opening the door.
Yeah.
Well, letting the door open, which is not the same. It's not opening the door; it's letting the door open by itself.
Last question.
Yeah.
So, what's one message you would give to your 20 years old self around women, sex, and self-worth?
Well, the first one is I was right.
Okay.
That was one. I was right. But it's good I didn't even listen to her. I kept going. But, wow, man, what I would say, I would give him a whole course. I never thought about it like this.
But do you think he would be open to all of this?
About sex, yeah. Me, yeah, he definitely would. Like my version of 20, right?
All right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was definitely into it. I guess there's so many things. Which one would I choose? Because I will just say what is in my head that I would love to share if I could go back into my 20s and say, okay, hey, Tente. One, value. He already had it back then, so I was very lucky. So I was not the guy that was just jumping around. Like my traditional values very strong. Allow yourself to feel pleasure, because that was one thing I struggled the most, was really allowing myself, because of this idea of traditional, I didn't allow myself to really go into more dirtiness with more people, like more promiscuous.
Okay.
So, but still within those values, So that's like super key. Like not just promiscuity, like just crazy. Like that's a recipe for disaster. And connection. Those are the
this is profound,
like foundation, like just to build a mega foundation. Like, especially connection. I think that's what I missed, and that love does exist, because
love
does exist.
Love. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that was a thing that I didn't believe in love.
Love. Okay.
When I started, I knew there was something about sexuality. I enjoyed it, it was pleasurable, and I wanted to be more for whatever reason. But I didn't trust that love exists. So I denied love. I denied completely. I said, love, that is BS, whatever. And it took me several years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So difficult to convince him as well, I guess.
That would have been very difficult to convince him, like love does exist. Because of all the childhood and whatever, but that would have been the most difficult. I don't know, I think I could, but I would have to talk to a toxic alpha. So I was like this toxic alpha weirdo thing.
Kind of talk his language a bit.
Yeah, so I have to talk his language and do it from, you're gonna be a better man. You're gonna be a better man. Yeah, you're gonna be a tough man.
All right, perfect. That's very profound. Thank you for this interview. It's been, I think, maybe 2 hours, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah.
It's been very deep, and I think there is way more things to talk about, of course.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
There is so many specifics as well in Tantra. And how people can find you?
They can find me on iamtente.com.
Okay.
I also have opensacredlove.com. That's for those who are more into intimacy and more into couple relating and whatever thing. I think those are the main places.
All right, great. So if people want to know way more about like the neo-Tantra, what Tente is here, I mean, you feel him. He is a very, very good teacher.
Oh, apparently I am.
But I mean, he already teach me many things, so I can tell you just by experience. He's a very good teacher, so contact him. He's a very nice person, and don't be shy.
I love to talk a lot. Yeah. I talk a lot. So if you ask me a question, I'm gonna take over the conversation. Unless we're in a session, then it's different.
All right. Thank you, Tente.
Thank you, brother.